everybody, I'm Laura Hughes, proving girls can do it too. And by it, I mean touch your cousin. Was it worth it? No, it wasn't. You won't find me in your child's playset, cause I gotta wear this ankle bracelet. I'm not here to go on a bender, I'm here because I'm a sex offender.
So Sienna May has been sort of more focused on the, the past week because of a video Jack Wright put out um, that was talking about how she had sexually assaulted him. Now, this this had been alleged by his friends a while back. I think it was a couple months ago, and there were a lot of people on TikTok calling her out for it. And on YouTube, there wasn't as many. There was only one video from Grayson Projects and Papa Gut, and then the other, normal drama channels. And so that went on, and then a video came out of her like assaulting Jack, and she responded in a second sort of video. It's odd, and both of them are down now as of the recording of this video. And it was just an insane situation. And then she posted an apology video, which got covered by Mr. Beard. He talked about it. But the point of that, basically, of the video was, oh, I'm young, so don't blame me for this, which you're 17. I think she's 18 now. You can't really just say, oh, I was young. That's not a good excuse, It's not an excuse at all. Like, once you get to that age, you know right from wrong. You know right from wrong way before that, okay? But the reason Sienna came back up, more publicly was because of a video put out by Jack Wright about a week and a half ago, I want to say, where he talked about what Sienna May had done to him, and it was called What Sienna May Did to Me. He talks about how she assaulted him in the video that went viral. He talks about how she would break into his house and like try to assault him almost every night. She was at a party and he was talking to a girl, took a picture with a girl. Sienna came in, saw him taking the picture with the girl, got angry, started yelling at him. The girl started yelling at everybody, so they tried to get her out of the party. And Jack went and hid from her. She got into a car and drove off. And as the car was moving, she decided that she wanted to go back in to go to Jack. So she jumped out of the car. So it's just an insane amount of things. And like, if anybody's thinking like, oh, well, why didn't he leave? Why didn't he stop being friends with her? A lot of times when people get abused, the abuser has like this control over the person a lot of times. And a lot of times that's why they do abuse them. But it's so Sienna May put out a statement through her representative that claimed that the relationship in and of itself, I should say, that the relationship between her and Jack was completely consensual and cordial. Well, just because the relationship was consensual and cordial, that doesn't mean the act. Just say, well, like if a guy were to beat up somebody, right? Beat up his friend, okay? And he goes, well, our relationship was completely consensual and cordial, but the time I beat the living daylights out of him and put him in the hospital, well, that wasn't consensual. That's just not how it works. And Sienna decided that she didn't want to deal with this, so she closed all of her comment sections on TikTok. They're still open on some videos on her YouTube channel. I'm not sure which ones. I'll go through and put it in the description when I find. Um, and because people like really couldn't come at Sienna May on TikTok, they really focused more on two of her closest friends, those being Tana Mojo and this girl named Summer McKeen. You don't know Tana Mojo, just look up the words TanaCon and you'll get a pretty thorough idea of what happened, but and what this girl is somewhat all about. But first, I'm going to talk about Summer McKeen. So she got hated on for still being Sienna's friend, so she deactivated her Instagram, then came out and said that it was just for mental health purposes and that she didn't deactivate because she believed in one or the other. She couldn't stand up for one or the other or speak out in favor of one or the other. And nobody believed her and thought she was just saving her own hide. And I honestly, like, I mean, it could be both, really. I mean, it could be like a mental health thing. And it's just like a, hey, let me put some distance between me and this girl, you know. But on to Tana, who doesn't have the best track record when it comes to supporting people who are considered liars. I remember when the whole Gabby Hanna situation went down. She, excuse me, jeez, she defended Gabby Hanna and was like, "Yeah, I believe in her." But this was like right after the whole TanaCon thing went down, so she wasn't like seen in the best eyes, and she's definitely not seen in the best eyes now. And she allegedly filtered her TikTok comments so that the word Sienna wouldn't be said, and she denied it, saying that she loved Jack and he was in her last YouTube video, and she just didn't want to get involved. Which, I mean, it's not like there's like, oh, there's this gray area, there's just allegation. There's a video of this girl doing this stuff. Like, there's a video of this girl assaulting this man and then being knocked out completely, right? Head to the side, completely asleep. No, there's no way, like, he was awake. And I just, like, I don't understand how people can't, like, grasp that. Like, there's clearly, like, a right side here. And I remember as I was doing research for this video, I was watching different videos, looking at articles and stuff, and I came across one with Hassan Piker, pretty controversial person, and he was dealing with a bunch of trolls saying, "Oh, well, I'd love for her to assault me," which brings up a different point for me, which is that a lot of times male assault victims aren't really heard like they should be, and that keeps them like from not being able to come out and say, hey, this person sexually assaulted me, this person did something that I don't want, right? And that leads to this sort of mental health crisis that we're going through now, where people, okay, hold on, I don't want to like I don't want to say there's quite a mental health crisis, but what I'm saying is, like, the reason the male suicide rate is so high is a lot of times it seems like there's this pressure to keep things in, and I know it's gotten a lot better over the past like 20, 30 years, but I mean, it's still bad. So I think I'm going to wrap up the video here, but I do want to say, if you are a victim of assault, you are valid, and don't don't let people, it's just a lot easier said than done, but don't let people try to make your story less valid just because you're a guy, because that's not true. Okay, you are just as, you know I can't even grasp the right words